Hey everyone, good morning. Devin.barta here with Medicare Explained, up here in Blairsville, Georgia with the family. Today, wanted to talk about a real big debate that we hear in our industry, and that is what is the difference between Medicare Advantage and Medicare supplements? Okay. There are people out there that know the differences and make a selection on either side, but I talk to a lot of people who don't know, really what the difference is between the two programs. Sometimes people have a supplement, think they have an Advantage plan, or they have an Advantage plan, think they have a supplement. So I wanted to do this video and kind of clear the air on what the main differences are between Medicare Advantage and Medicare supplement. And this topic actually was inspired by something that happened on this trip, and I'll explain and get into that in a little bit. Now, when somebody first goes on their Medicare, they get their Medicare A and B, they get the red, white, and blue card, and that's essentially going to pay 80% of their bills. So for the other 20% coverage, they have really two different choices in programs. They can choose to join a Medicare supplement or a Medicare Advantage plan. Now, the way it works is a Medicare Advantage plan is actually going to take over your Medicare benefits and become the gatekeeper. So you sign up with a private insurance company, let's say a Humana or a Blue Cross or somebody, and you sign up for their Medicare Advantage plan. Well, that Advantage plan is, again, going to actually take over your Medicare and become the gatekeeper. You're technically no longer on Medicare. You are on that private company's insurance plan. Now, with that comes some strings. You need to stay within their doctor network. That's big. Usually very regionalized. You get a booklet of doctors you can go to. If you were going to go to, good morning. If you were going to go to a doctor outside of the network, you're either going to pay a pretty hefty fee, or some doctors just will not accept it at all. So, the network restrictions are really one of the main reasons somebody does not like a Medicare Advantage plan. They also are going to, when you join an Advantage plan, not only do you have to stay within their network, you have to get approval for procedures and, the copay structure and everything. The plan makes the rules. Okay, so if let's say that you go see a doctor and you need to have a knee replacement or an MRI or whatever it may be, they will, the doctor will send what you need to the plan. The plan, has to approve whether they will allow that service. So, for example, let's say you have a torn ACL and you want to have surgery. Well, the Advantage program can deny, the surgery with the doctor. They can say, look, it's only a partial tear, doesn't really need surgery, and it's kind of a waste of money. We're not going to cover something like that. We think they should just go to physical therapy and let it heal on its own. A lot of people don't like that the insurance company is making the recommendations on the healthcare versus the doctor. So that's also, again, unfortunately, one of the negative drawbacks of a Medicare Advantage plan. Again, generally, they don't have a monthly premium. They usually offer additional services like gym memberships, dental, a couple things to try to entice people onto the plans. But to me, not having, especially seniors, in Florida, we have a lot of snowbirds that go back and forth to the Northeast, travel around to see family. Not having network readily available to me is a huge drawback, and not having the full control of your health care. With a Medicare supplement, again, the key is that red, white, and blue Medicare card that you have is primary. The supplement, no matter who you choose, Mutual of Omaha, United Healthcare, Blue Cross Blue Shield, United American, Cigna, Aetna, no matter who you choose as the secondary carrier, you are able to see any hospital, any doctor, and any specialist nationwide as long as they accept original Medicare, okay? Which, in my experience, is about 99%, of the doctors nationwide. a lot of the top cancer hospitals, MD Anderson in Texas, Mayo Clinic, Sloan Kettering up in New York, John Hopkins, they don't accept HMO or Medicare Advantage type plans. They want to accept original Medicare. So regardless of who you choose as a supplement, as long as you choose a supplement and the Medicare is primary and the supplement is secondary, you have the freedom of choice to go see who you want. That is usually what people don't mind paying for and why they choose a supplement as opposed to an Advantage plan. Now, Advantage plans absolutely have a place on the market. People in really good health, budgets might be a little tighter. A Medicare Advantage plan can definitely serve a purpose. But if you can fit it into your budget, I think that a supplement is really the way to go in my business. What I see a lot of is I get a lot of calls from people in their 70s who are on a Medicare Advantage plan. They took it when they were very healthy, and they've been moseying along. They haven't paid a monthly premium. They've got small copays at the doctor. They go once, twice a year. Everything's going along great. Then all of a sudden something happens. God forbid, cancer, heart attack, strokes, accidents, whatever it may be. And now the plan doesn't want to cover a certain procedure, or the doctor that they need to see is not in the network, what have you. That's usually when I get phone calls from people saying, hey, my doctor and people are recommending that I get into a Medicare supplement. Well, unfortunately, now, because you're not brand new to Medicare, you have to answer the underwriting health questions. And in most cases, will not qualify to get a supplement. So when somebody first joins Medicare, whether they're turning 65 or coming off of group insurance, when you're first eligible and you get on Medicare A and B, it is very important to make the right choice the first time. At that point, you can get into any supplement plan of your choice without having to answer any health questions. So again, the big thing I hear from people all the time is, Devin, I'm really healthy right now. And believe me, I understand that, but we're trying to get this coverage for the day when you're not healthy, okay, when something happens. Good morning, John. Thanks for joining. We want to get a plan for the future. And if you take a Medicare Advantage plan or a lesser plan, if you will, and want to get into a supplement later, you may not be able to qualify. So I think it's very important to make the right choice the first time. And don't think about your health as it is present today. Think about your health moving forward. I tell people all the time, we are all healthy until we're sick. At whatever age that may be, we're all in pretty good health until something happens. And that can be somebody in their 20s, 30s, 60s, 70s, whatever. I think it's very important to make the right choice right away. And again, I personally, where affordable for people, I recommend Medicare supplement over a Medicare Advantage plan. Now, again, my topic today was inspired that something happened on this trip. We got here on Sunday, and again, my father is here on the trip, and he's actually went on Medicare in February, and he joined a Medicare supplement plan. He took a Plan F, a Cadillac plan, which pays the entire 20%. And the first day not the first day, that was Sunday, Easter, we went hiking. Okay, went for a little walk in the mountains, and my father had a knee replacement a couple of years back, and he's always had knee problems. He says he has measles. That's his running joke. But he's always had, some knee problems. Well, after the walk, woke up the next morning, that knee really had stiffened up. He was in a lot of pain, and he said it was, he could hardly stand up, and he said, I want to go to the doctor. So we got on Google and we looked up some knee people here in Blairsville, Georgia, which again we know nothing about. And he was able to pick up and go see the doctor. I think they prescribed some steroid cream and a pain pill, and said he should probably get it checked out when he gets back home. But the purpose of the story and why it inspired this topic is the fact that he was with a Medicare supplement allowed him to be able to go see that doctor while we were up here. You know, he had network. The guy accepted original Medicare, so he took his supplement, and there was really no worry. The good news was there was no worry. You know, is the doctor going to take me? Once we looked up and saw that he took original Medicare, we knew he was good to go. And really, that is one of the main reasons. Again, you know, some people will tell you, well, you know, my Advantage plan, they tell me it'll cover in an emergency. Well, again, for example, what happened with my father up here would not qualify as an emergency, so you'd kind of be on your own. Also, I've seen people, again, the insurance company is the gatekeeper, makes the rules. I've seen people who go for, you know, an emergency, something happens, and the company will fight them later on paying the claim, saying it wasn't an emergency. So, you know, for example, if you fall off a ladder while you're here at the cabin and you fracture your elbow, well, to me, I would hop in the car and probably rush to the emergency room and, you know, get whatever treatment there. You know, a lot of times the Advantage plan will come back and say, listen, that's not life-threatening. That's not an emergency. You could go ahead and you could see somebody in a network hospital or a network doctor and, you know, keep our costs down. So to me, there's a lot of gray area and a lot of danger in Medicare Advantage plans. Again, there are times with people they can serve a purpose, but I think when affordable, I think that looking at a Medicare supplement is absolutely the best route. And, you know, in my father's case, being up here, we certainly were glad that he was able to see the doctor and get a prescription and you know, not have to pay a copay with his supplement and whatnot. So, you know, there's been an age-long debate every time I talk to people. Well, you know, why don't I go with this Advantage plan or something? What's the difference? Okay, so I just laid out some of those differences. If anybody would like more details on this, I have a very detailed email that has the differences between a Medicare Advantage plan and a Medicare supplement laid out. It's very clean. It's got some videos. It really goes into detail the main differences between a Medicare Advantage plan and a Medicare supplement. If you would like that, I'm going to put my email here in the comment box. It's devin.barta@gmail.com. You can certainly email me, and I'd be glad to send you that information. Also, you can call or text to my cell phone, 954-562-8766. If anybody has questions, please send them there. If anybody has a question or two now, you can certainly put them into the box, and I'd be glad to answer. If not, I'll be signing off here in a moment. Speak now or forever hold your peace. I do really appreciate everybody joining. I see we've got 7 people on this morning. Really trying to grow this group with new topics and fresh content and videos each week. You know, definitely trying to put as many topics as possible, keep it interesting. We've grown the group to about 35 members now. If you've got friends, please, if they're Medicare age, please share the group with them. Encourage people to join. Liking the videos and sharing them onto your timeline certainly help. As you can see, this is not a real high pressure sales thing. These are strictly educational videos. People can kind of learn at their own pace, and whenever they're ready to make a decision, they can certainly give me a call or an email, and we can talk more in detail. Excuse me. All right. Well, this is Devin Barta signing off.